Hi guys, it's been a while since my last video. My life has become busy since I graduated and joined the workforce the past few years. I'm still active on Instagram, mainly posting my art. And over the years, I've taught myself some basic digital art skills that have allowed me to draw fan arts. And I'm feeling like sharing some of the tips and tricks I've learned and hope that can help any aspiring artist out there who's also going through this self-learning journey. For today's piece, I'm using a photo of the Stranger Things that I found on Pinterest. I like this show. It's a mixture of youth, adventure, a little bit of horror, and full of the 80s aesthetic and nostalgia. So for step 1 is rough sketch. I define the composition by using a thick and low opacity brush, then sketch it out by finding the contour of the characters, setting the boundaries of the shapes. Then I turn down the size of the brush and lower its opacity, and do the final sketch over the top. I've also used eraser to help me clean up the lines. And step 2 is flat color. I created a layer for the skin, the hair, and the clothes. The reason for that is that so I can use a big brush to quickly apply some shadows on them without affecting each other. Later on, I will combine all the layers before starting to add details. For now, separate layers helps with the overall adjustment. I've also created a layer on top of the line art, then clipped to it. This way, I can easily modify the line colors at different areas. For example, I applied a red color around the characters' faces because it reflects blood underneath the skin, and I used darker purple or brown color for the clothes, as it helps me to use them as guidance for shadowing later on. And for shadow step, I've added them as I would like my character look more three-dimensional. I added a new layer on top of each, then clipped them in order to add the shadows more conveniently. I will constantly adjust the size and color of my brush, constantly compare my work with the reference photo, and try to push for the volume, that is, the skin, the hair, and the clothes. And step 4 is add details and cleaning up. I've merged all the layers into one as I'm starting to focus on local areas now. I've added details such as the patterns on the boys' clothes. For this case, I created a new layer. I drew out one piece of the pattern, then duplicated multiple times, using the transform tool to adjust its perspective according to the folding of the clothes, then erase the bits that came out of the area. I keep adjusting and keep observing. I've never formally trained myself on how to draw clothes, but with observations and patience, I find that I can achieve the effects, at least to my own satisfaction. and finally, adding the background and overall effects. This step is more experimental, as I'm also still learning about the magic of layer modes. For this piece, in the end, I've settled with 2 overlay layers on top of the image. I also used a clipping mask and erased the areas that I want to keep in the shadows. I've also created a new layer to add some highlight to the character's skin, and then used a textured brush to smudge it out. Lastly, I tried different colors for the background, then eventually decided on orange yellowish color. So this is the end of today's demo on my art. Please give the video a like or comment below if you'd like to see more of these. Goodbye!